Today we're going to be working with repeated addition models with fraction multiplication. So make sure you have your note page ready and a few colored pencils. I would suggest at least 2 colors. 5 at the most is what you're going to need today. Let's go ahead and jump in. The first problem, we have 2/5 times 4. So remember, the first thing to do is to identify how much 2/5 is. As you can see, I've gone ahead and divided up your circles for you, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's go ahead and pick our first color, and let's color 2/5. So there's 1/5, 2/5. So that's 1 time. 1/5, 2/5. That's 2 times. 1/5, and this circle is full, so we're going to move over here. That's 3 times, so we need 1 more time. Ooh, that one's a little big. 1/5, 2/5. That was our 3rd time. So let's count up what we have. We've got 1/5 or 1 whole here. There's 1 whole circle filled in, and 1, 2, 3/5 filled in on the other circle. So that tells us that 2/5 of 4, or 2/5 times 4, is 1 3/5. Now when we're working with this, it's going to start asking us to decide if the answer to the problem is going to be greater or less than one of the factors. Remember, the factors are these 2 numbers, what you're multiplying together, and the product is the answer. So you might have a problem come up that says 2/5 times 4 equals a number that is greater or less than 2/5. We know that the answer to this problem is going to be greater than 2/5 because we know that 2/5 times 4 is going to be 4 times bigger than 2/5. It might go the other way. It might say 2/5 times 4 equals a number that is greater or less than 4. We know that when we multiply 2/5 times 4, because 2/5 is less than 1, it's going to be less than 4. So we know that our number is going to be less than 4. We'll keep talking about these as we continue to work. For number 2, we've got 3/4 times 3. So let's go ahead and get those colors going. 3/4. So I've got 1, 2. Make sure you're coloring with me. Pause the video if you need to. 3/4. That's one time. 1, 2, 3/4. That's the second time. And 1, 2, 3/4. That's our third time. So we colored it 3 times. Now let's identify what our answer is going to be. We've got 1 whole, another whole, and 1/4. And if I add those all together, I'm going to get 2 1/4. Now we can say 3/4 times 3 is going to be greater than 3/4. And we can also say 3/4 times 3 is going to be less than 3. Let's keep going. For this third one, I'm going to have you solve it. Put your answer in and then come back and we'll go over it together. It's going to be 2/6 times 5. So go ahead, solve it, put your answer in, and come on back. For this one, let's color in 2/6. It's already divided into sixths. So we've got 1/6, 2/6, 1/6, 2/6, 1/6, 2/6. So that's 3 times. 1/6, 2/6, that's 4. 1/6, 2/6, that's 5. So let's identify what we've got. But before we do that, let's talk about what your equivalencies would be. 2/6 times 5 is going to be greater than 2/6, and 2/6 times 5 is going to be less than 5. Now let's identify what our answer is going to be. We've got 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Now we need to simplify that. I can divide my 4/6 by 2, and that's going to bring over my 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So your answer should have been 1 2/3. If it wasn't, make sure you're going back and checking your work with mine to see where we went wrong. Also, make sure you're fixing it on your paper. Let's do number 4. You've got 3/5 times 3. Go ahead and work it out. For this one, let's color in 3/5. We've got 1, 2, 3/5. That's colored once. 1, 2, 3/5. That's colored twice. 1, 2, 3/5. That's our third time. So let's estimate. 3/5 times 3 is going to be less than 3. And 3/5 times 3 is going to be greater than 3/5. Because I know that this is one whole and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/5. 1 and 4/5 should have been your answer. I hope that's what you got. Let's go ahead and look at the last one. Jody has a 5-pound bag of potatoes. She uses 4/5 of the bag to make potato salad. How many pounds did she use for the potato salad? So for this one, we're looking for 4/5 of the 5-pound bag. You have to use the shading, the circle strategy method, and go ahead and solve it. For this one, since 5 is my denominator, I know I need to divide my circles into fifths. Go ahead and draw my circles there. And let's separate into fifths, so it's going to look like kind of like a star or a person standing there. Oh, whoa, don't draw a person. There we go. All right, and we need to color 4/5 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's put our line up there so we know. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Let's make sure we counted those correctly. 4/5 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I bet y'all caught that I missed that one before I even knew I missed it. So that's my 4th one. So as you can see, I colored in the blue 4 times and the pink 4 times. I just had to move that blue over. So let's count. We've got 1 hole there, 1 hole there, 1 hole there, 1 hole there. That equals 4 holes. Hope you got 4 as your correct answer. Make sure you're going back through the video if you need to re-watch any parts that you missed. And other than that, you are ready to get started on your classwork.